Court is called to order. The bailiff announces Judge Vonderby. The room settles. Case JVB 1066 Ward. The air feels heavy before anyone even speaks. This isn't just paperwork. It's about a little girl caught between two men who both claim to love her.
Court case.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You all may be seated. Okay, Mr. Ward, you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
All right, now, okay. Now, let me just kind of cut to the chase of the thing. I was engaged to the mama of his child, and, you know, we were just having a good time and was really getting ready to have.
Mr. Ward stands. He doesn't waste time. He was engaged to the child's mother. A wedding was planned. A future was set. Then COVID strikes. Suddenly, she's gone. His voice softens as he describes holding 7-year-old Malaysia in his arms, trying to explain the unthinkable. The courtroom goes quiet. Grief fills the space.
Have a wedding and, you know, the reception at Genghis Grill and everything was all set up. But unfortunately, she had fallen ill. COVID had got her. And then all of a sudden one day, she's just gone.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, you know, but I mean, I had to take little Malaysia into my arms and try to explain things. You know, I call her my little bit because, you know, we just kicked it off right away. I'm talking about pretty much on the first date that I went on with them, because she brought her with her on our first date, which makes a lot of sense. And we just have.
Ward paints a picture of life with Malaysia. Schoolwork, after-school programs, watching Schoolhouse Rock, clips together, trips to Sesame Place, even inspiration from Lego Masters. He knows her favorite foods, everything with ketchup. He knows she needs a mood light to sleep. He says it like proof. Proof that he's her dad in every way that matters.
And Malaysia is the child?
Yes, ma'am.
How old is Malaysia?
She's 7.
Okay.
And, you know, I mean, she's one of those smart little girls that where you can't really get a whole lot past her. She's going to call you on your stuff.
Okay.
And that's what I appreciated about her. That's why we clicked so well, because her mama was the same way.
Sounds like a good kid.
Well, yeah, she's wonderful. I mean, she you know, she's on point with all of her schoolwork. She loves doing her homework. You know, our thing is to watch some Schoolhouse Rock on YouTube to let her know how the old school did it and everything. And so we, you know, our favorite hangout is the Sesame Place. You know, she loves to go there. She saw one episode of Lego Masters, and I took her to the Lego place out there and the shops in Willow Bend and everything. So it's like, you know, that's been my road dog. That's been my everything and all that kind of stuff.
Sounds like the two of you have a great relationship.
Oh, seriously. I mean, I just love having her, you know, like my own child. And I feel like that she is actually my own child. I know that she only likes broccoli with ketchup, and she likes fish sticks with ketchup, and she likes corn with ketchup. I don't know what this thing is about ketchup.
Me either.
You know,
I don't like ketchup like that.
Yeah, I don't either. But I know how she likes that. I know that.
He leans in emotionally, says he does everything a father would do, talks to teachers, handles routines, calls her little bit. In his heart, the title is already his. But love in the heart doesn't always equal rights in the law.
She's got to have that mood light on when she goes to sleep. I know that if I don't put those downy beads in with her blanket, that she's not going to sleep. So I do everything. I mean, I talk to the teachers. I got her on the after-school program. I mean, everything that I could possibly want to do for a child, I do for her.
Okay.
And so my thing is that, you know, I'm doing all the things that a dad would do for his daughter. And little bit in me, you know, it's like, hey, I mean, I might as well just go ahead and say that she's mine. Because, you know, up until the time that she and I and her mother were together, that's just the way it was. You know, when it was with her, I was with them. So it's like, I feel like I take care of her.
Okay.
And since I figure I take care of her, then, you know, then this cat over here, you figure that, you know, that he's got something to say about it. You know, when I've hardly seen him, you know, I mean, granted, she's the child's daddy. I mean, yeah, every once in a while he'll come around. Every once in a while he'll visit her and all that kind of stuff. But he don't know.
What do you mean by every once in a while?
Well, every once in a while, it's like he'll come, you know, he might honk the horn or whatever. He might ask her to come out. She'll come out and see. And that's the.
Then he turns toward the biological father, calls him out. says he only shows up every once in a while. A honk of the horn. A short visit. Ward claims the little girl's body language says it all. She wants to come home with him. The tension rises. This is no longer grief. This is rivalry.
One thing about her, she knows no strangers. You know.
Okay, so you're referring, you called him a cat. I mean, what?
Okay, all right, look.
So this is her dad.
This is her dad, yes.
Okay, so you're saying he's not doing all of the things that you're doing with Little Bit, right?
No, not at all. I mean, really.
And you know that for a fact?
Well, this is how I look at it. If he was like a real man, if he was really taking care of his business, handling his business, then I wouldn't have any room to have proposed to Little Bit's mama. I wouldn't have even a place in her radar. But the fact that I did, to me, kind of says something. I mean, come on, man. It's like, you know.
The judge calmly redirects. There are always two sides. Dad takes the floor. He's firm. Says he works 3 days on, 4 days off, and every off day belongs to his daughter. He calls Ward invasive. Says Malaysia feels smothered. He insists the breakup with the mother happened long before Ward came along. He refuses to be painted as absent.
So let me ask my question again.
Okay.
You know this for a fact that he's not active in her life.
Well, the one thing that I know is that a lot of things that she needs and that she likes and dislikes, he hardly knows half of that.
Oh.
I mean, as far as, I mean, come on. I mean, it's
Sir,
like,
give me 1 second. I'm about to have him wrap it up.
okay, okay. Well, look, all I know is this. When it comes between me and him, she comes to me. When it comes to
that you know of.
Yeah, that I see. You know, I mean, every time that he comes, I give them their space, but I'm looking at her body language and she's like, man, when's this gonna be over? So it's like,
yeah, because she ready to come home with her real dad.
No.
Okay, Mr. Ward, give me 1 second. You know, your story was beautiful. It was very colorful. You know, and that's not to say that you're being untruthful about anything. However, I would like to also hear from Dad, because as you know, there are always two sides to every story, well, really three, and the truth lies somewhere in between them, right?
I understand.
So give me a moment, and I'll go over to Dad.
All right.
Now, Dad, it sounds like, you know, your daughter and Mr. Ward have a great relationship, but is it true these, you know, allegations he's saying about you not being very active and involved?
None of it, ma'am. I see my child every time I'm off work, and every time I'm off, I go and pick her up, and she.
Now emotions boil over. Ward fires back. Dad wasn't there when her mother died. Dad snaps. He wasn't even told. Voices overlap. Hurt collides with accusation. The judge allows a moment of back and forth. Because underneath the anger is something real. Both men believe they are protecting this child.
What are you doing? And he always in her face and want to know
Like
this.
a helicopter dad.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Like a microscope. That's how she feels, and she don't like it. And then as far as me and my child's mother splitting up, you know, that was between us. That was years before she even met you, so you can't put that on me.
Well, you know, I can't put a lot on you. I mean, yeah, okay, fine. You can call me helicopter all you want to, but you were not there when her mama died, man. You weren't there to have to console her when she was crying and didn't go to sleep. You weren't there. I was there.
You didn't even tell me. I was at work. You didn't even tell me.
See, that's the thing. You are always at work. You're always at work.
And see, here's the thing. I know there are a lot of emotions going on. I usually don't let people talk back and forth to each other.
I'm so sorry.
But I do understand the underlying issue here. Especially with, you know, your fiance passing away. I definitely understand that. I am just trying to get some clarity here because according to the paperwork that you filed, Mr. Ward, there is a court order in place.
Yes.
And it names your fiance as the custodial parent and Dad as the non-custodial parent. And you are essentially trying to modify this order.
Well, yeah, because essentially, to me, I became the custodial parent.
Okay. And you understand how you feel is not what the law.
The legal issue surfaces. There is already a court order. The mother was custodial parent. Dad was non-custodial. Ward is trying to step into her shoes. The judge reminds him gently but firmly. Feelings are not the law. Becoming like a father doesn't automatically make you one in the eyes of the court.
Says, right?
I do understand that. But
Okay.
Your Honor, the one thing that I do know is that the custodial duties I have taken on, and I know it's not by emotion, and I'm not even just talking about emotion, I'm talking about my actions. The teachers know me. The teachers call me.
Hold that thought. The teachers know you as well?
Yes, ma'am. Now, granted, he lives closer to the school, so he's up there just a little bit more than me, but anytime they call, I stop what I'm doing and I'm on the way.
Okay. All right.
Ward insists he's taken on every custodial duty. Teachers know him. They call him. But Dad quickly responds, teachers know him too. He may live farther away, but when the school calls, he drops everything. The narrative begins to shift.
It sounds like he's pretty involved. And tell me some things you and your daughter do together.
Well, I take her to piano. I pay for her piano lessons.
Okay.
Some days when I'm off, I take her. He takes her other days. I pay for her to be in karate class.
Okay.
We go to Six Flags together. We go skating together.
Okay.
I try to teach her how to bowl. We have fun. We go to my mom's house and, I drop her off. And she enjoys spending time over there mostly.
All right. So she has a good relationship with grandmother. It sounds like this child is just well loved all around with both sides. I mean, is there...
Dad lists what he does. Piano lessons, karate classes, skating, bowling, visits to grandmother's house. He pays. He participates. He shows up. The judge observes something important. This child is loved on both sides. Deeply loved.
Is there any chance of the two of you trying to get along to make it work for the best for your daughter?
Her dad, but he keeps saying, oh, she needs to be here, and my child's mother is no longer here, so I'm trying to get him to court to get full custody of my child all the way. So that's how that's gonna end. You're not gonna be around too much longer.
Oh, man, no. You ain't gonna talk to me like that. No.
Well, neither one of you are going to talk to each other like anything anymore. I'm ready to make my ruling. I've heard what the both of you have to say. I understand that Dad is pretty involved with the child. He's paying for teaching her how to skate, paying for karate. She has a great relationship with her paternal grandmother. It sounds like Dad wants to be a part of the child's life. I also understand, Mr. Ward, your heavy involvement with the child. You have a nickname for her. You all do things together. She loves ketchup. You know all about her nightlife and her sleep routines and everything like that. However, that does not negate the fact of what the law says. The child was not left with you by Dad. Her dad is still alive. Sounds like he's very active. Doesn't sound like he, is a deadbeat parent by any means. He is making the expenditures that any parent would do. And he also said he's trying to petition the court at some point to get sole custody of his daughter. So based on that, I have no other choice but to dismiss your claim because you do not have any grounds to be petitioning.
But love alone doesn't determine custody. The judge breaks it down. Dad is active, financially supportive, present. He even plans to petition for full custody himself. Ward may know about ketchup preferences and bedtime beads, but the child was not legally left in his care. Her father is alive and involved
in this court for child support. Is there anything further from either of you?
No, ma'am, I'm very happy with the verdict.
Okay. All right. Well, if there's nothing further, you all are dismissed.
The ruling lands. The claim is dismissed. Ward lacks legal standing. He has no grounds to petition for child support or custody. Dad exhales in relief. Ward stands silent. The law has spoken.
Thank you, boy.
Hi guys, it's me, Judge Vonda B, and I wanted to go over what you all witnessed in the Ward case. Well, this case was a little interesting. The stepdad, who was married to Mom, was bringing biological Dad to court for custody and for Dad to pay child support. Well, they had an original order in place between mom and biological dad. Mom is now deceased, so stepdad essentially wanted to step into the shoes of mom. Can you do that in Texas? The honest answer is, it really depends. So in some cases, people that are non-parents are able to receive child support from the other parent. However, that's in very, very different situations, and it really depends on the facts of the case. Well, in this particular case, what were some things that you heard? Biological dad was very active in his daughter's life. As a matter of fact, he said he plans on petitioning the court for full custody of his daughter now. Stepdad lacks standing. Well, what is standing? Standing is something that is necessary in order to bring a case before the court. So in other words, you have to be able to show the court legally that you have a reason to be petitioning this court for this court to give you exactly what you're asking for. If in any situation you lack standing to actually be in a court, your case will be dismissed. And that's essentially what you saw happen.
In reflection, the judge explains what viewers witnessed. In Texas, a non-parent can sometimes seek rights, but only under very specific circumstances. It depends on standing. And standing means you must have the legal right to even bring the case. In this courtroom, Ward did not. Love may make you feel like a parent, but in this court, the law decides who has the right to stand in that role.